Support for Central Florida Public Media comes from the Mustard Seed of Central Florida, a furniture and clothing bank that helps rebuild the lives of people who have experienced homelessness, natural disaster, or personal tragedy. For over 35 years, the Mustard Seed has been helping those in need. More at mustardseedfla.org.
A fresh take on a holiday theater staple with a focus on cultural diversity and community. You're listening to The Wrap from Central Florida Public Media. I'm Brendan Byrne. With Thanksgiving in the rear view, the holiday season is upon us. A special community-focused version of a beloved holiday standard hits the stage at the Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts this weekend. Claire and the Chocolate Nutcracker sees the young black title character take an enchanted journey through many countries and cultures, along with familiar figures like the Sugar Plum Fairy. For the show's creator and producer, it's a chance to give back this holiday season and make space for more cultural diversity in the arts community.
Because as long as you have the arts in the community will thrive. And it doesn't matter what your socio-economic situation is. Everyone should be a part of the arts community. And that's what we bring. We'll hear from Beverly Page, creator and producer of Claire and the Chocolate Nutcracker. That's ahead on The Wrap, the big stories this week from Central Florida Public Media. But first, these news headlines. A 60-year-old white woman who shot and killed her black neighbor through a locked front door was sentenced in Ocala Monday to 25 years in prison. Central Florida Public Media's Joe Burns has this story.
Judge Robert Hodges said he took into account Susan Lorentz's post-traumatic stress disorder from repeated physical and sexual abuse as a child. That was outweighed, he said, by the tremendous harm she caused. Lorentz was convicted of manslaughter for killing Adjika A.J. Owens in June of last year. The 35-year-old mother of four had come to confront Lorentz over a dispute involving her kids. In court Monday, Lorentz listed her numerous medical issues and accused Owens of being aggressive. She denied allegations she used racial slurs, saying race had nothing to do with it. Lorentz said she was terrified at the time.
That said, I would like to make a statement to AJ's mom, children, and friends. It is with heavy heart and great remorse I write this letter to you. First and foremost, I am so sorry that I took AJ's life.
After the hearing, Owens' mother, Pamela Diaz, said she was thankful for the sentence, as for Lorentz's apology.
Susan was remorseful for shooting and killing my daughter. Susan was remorseful and the fact that she's going to spend probably the rest of her life behind bars.
Judge Hodges said Lorentz acted in anger, not fear, when she shot Owens through the door. Joe Burns, Central Florida Public Media.
Prominent Orlando hotel mogul and philanthropist Harris Rosen has died at the age of 85. Central Florida Public Media's Lillian Hernandez-Carballo reports on the legacy he leaves behind.
Most people know him for his business acumen and vast hospitality empire, particularly the Rosen Hotels and Resorts. But Harris Rosen was also celebrated for his philanthropic work, particularly in supporting underserved communities. Rosen contributed largely to transforming Central Florida and the areas around his hotels, contributing to education, healthcare, and housing. Rosen Hotels released a statement saying he died surrounded by family and loved ones, and that his legacy will continue through the Rosen Foundation, leaving a lasting impact on both the local economy and the lives of many individuals. His family will hold a private celebration of life. Lilian Hernandez-Carballo, Central Florida Public Media.
Lilian Hernandez-Carballo is a Report for America Corps member. The city of Orlando celebrated the Orlando Pride's first National Women's Soccer League championship this week with a parade downtown. Central Florida Public Media's Luis Alfredo Garcia has more on the festivities.
Belief and pride, these are the two emotions most prevalent at Monday's championship celebration. Since the team's first season in 2016, it's only had a winning record twice. Amongst players and city leaders were fans who have been waiting for this moment. Orlando Commissioner Patty Sheehan has held season tickets since the Pride's first season. She's ecstatic about the team's first championship, but for some fans, it hasn't been as long. Laura Hottenstein's only lived in Orlando for about a year and a half, but she says the team and its players instantly had her hooked.
It's great to see females doing such amazing things for sports. And Marta, I mean, she is definitely a hero for a lot of women and actually all of them. So it's amazing. They're a good team.
Orange County District 1 Commissioner and Vice Mayor Nicole Wilson proclaimed the day of the celebration, November 25th, as Orlando Pride Day. Luis Alfredo Garcia, Central Florida Public Media.
More local news stories on our website. Visit cfpublic.org. This Thanksgiving season's Second Harvest Food Bank saw a 30% increase in people using the organization's Food Finder tool.
So that tells us a couple things, that there's a lot of people in need, but also that there are a lot of kind of first-time folks who are just really don't know what's near them. They don't know where to turn for help.
The economics and availability of food during the holiday season. That conversation is on our website. Visit cfpublic.org. A special community-focused version of a beloved holiday standard hits the stage at the Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts this weekend. Claire and the Chocolate Nutcracker sees the young black title character take an enchanted journey through many countries and cultures, along with familiar figures like the Sugar Plum Fairy. Beverly Page is the creator, writer, and producer of this Nutcracker adaptation, now in its 12th year. She tells Central Florida Public Media's Nicole Darden-Creston that her emphasis is bringing community members together in support of kids who've always dreamed of the stage.
Tell me what makes Claire and the Chocolate Nutcracker different from the Nutcracker that most people are familiar with.
My version of the Nutcracker is an adaptation of E.T.A. Hoffman's Nutcracker. And what I do is I bring the family, I bring community into this Nutcracker. And it starts out with a little girl in Harlem. And if you've ever been to Harlem, you know it is filled with so many diverse cultures and dancing and celebration. Harlem is very vibrant. And that's what I wanted to show about Claire's community. The cultural mix that she encountered on a daily basis. What I brought in this year is a soloist. Her name is Mzuri Moyo, and she will be singing along with a live orchestra, the Jones High School Alumni Community Orchestra. So this whole story is about community.
It sounds like you're also going for authenticity from different cultures.
Yes. And that is why I brought in the cultural groups. They're from Haiti, but I went to the Asian American community and I was able to get them to come in with the lions. And for the first time, we have our Sugar Plum Fairy, who is an Asian American. And it is such a beautiful collaboration. We bring in Brazil. We also have the Caribbean community, Africa, and of course, Puerto Rico. We go to Puerto Rico this year.
So you have written the piece. I'm assuming that the music is different too.
We kind of bridge Tchaikovsky's music with some Duke Ellington music. And of course, we do have some contemporary music. So you have a blend of the different elements of music too.
Talk to me about the representation that is going on here, because a lot of kids who want to be involved will look at the stage and say, well, no one looks like me.
It won't happen in this production because there is groups from our major cultural groups here in Central Florida. It is about an African-American girl. It takes place in Harlem. And of course, she is surrounded by the elders because it's about the young and the old inspiring the younger group. We have different races in our group. We don't turn away anyone. If you audition and you are consistent in coming to the rehearsals, you're in the show. And I want to commend the parents. I think my mother would be smiling and just so happy that our parents are involved. They're engaged. And they come weekly. And there's nothing if we ask a parent to do that they won't do for us. It's just an appreciation for the arts. Because as long as you have the arts in the community will thrive. And it doesn't matter what your social or economic situation is. Everyone should be a part of the arts community. And that's what we bring.
That was Beverly Page, the creator, writer, and producer of Claire and the Chocolate Nutcracker, speaking with Central Florida Public Media's Nicole Darden-Creston. Hear more conversations about arts and culture in our community through our podcast, Spotlight. Get it wherever you get this podcast. That's it for The Wrap this week. This podcast is produced by Central Florida Public Media with assistance from News Director Latoya Dennis and Digital Director Ryan Ellison. Editing assistance this week from Joe Burns. I'm Brendan Byrne. This is The Wrap.